Alright, I'm on 395 South in California. And just mountains to my west. I'm on the east side of, I don't know if they're the Sierra Nevadas or something else. And mountains ahead of me. Staying in Ridgecrest, California tonight. And tomorrow night I'll be sleeping in Death Valley. Near something called Mammoth Lakes. Don't know. Do they look like mammoths? Are they big like mammoths? I don't know. So I'm driving down the highway, and right alongside the highway is this, try to zoom, herd of elk. I don't know if this is a domestic herd or they're just moving through the field, but there's a whole bunch of them out here. Sorry, we seem to be focusing on the wire. They're skittish. They're running. There's other stuff that the camera's focusing on. Mostly females, but there's some males with antlers in here. There's a couple right there. Well, there's nothing like this. You're cruising along on a road doing 65. It's a 4-lane road just like this, and you hit a town, and all of a sudden you drop down to 30. Because that's the speed limit. Till you get to downtown, then it drops to 25 or 20. And it just seems like you have come to a almost complete stop. Going 30 after doing 70 in a 65. So I don't know. I think this is a town of Independence. Not much to it. I'm going to be bouncing back up already. That guy in front of me couldn't wait. He's in a rush to get somewhere. I just don't know whenever is going to be a small town policeman waiting to make his town some money. So just do the speed limit, I guess. Alright, we are on the main street of Lone Pine, California. Old Lone Pine Hotel. Things are a little different on the main streets out here, unlike in the east. They didn't really start building a lot of this stuff till after automobiles were invented, so they have much wider main streets. Sometimes you go down, they have 4 lanes plus diagonal parking on each side. Lone Pine's big enough to have a McDonald's. Couple motels at least. Trails Motel. Some of the older type motels. Sorry, this guy's gonna pull over in front of me and wreck it all. Here's the view from the town. Pretty crazy stuff. Today I'm heading to Death Valley, and right now I'm riding alongside, there's not much to see where I am right now, the China Lake Naval Air Station, Air Base, Air something. And I don't know how I know anything about this place, but I think it's been in a couple movies, or supposedly in a couple movies, where people have been based out of in movies. My buddy Wade could tell you exactly what movies and who was in them, but not exactly my thing, so I don't know. But anyhow, just got all the barbed wire fencing running around it. And this is on the outskirts. It was back at borders the town I stayed in, Ridgecrest, last night. I'm in the middle of what I believe is the Mojave Desert. I'm not in the middle of it, but I'm in it. Heading northeast from Ridgecrest towards Death Valley, and there's these giant piles. It's funny because it looks like snow, but you know it's not snow because it's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already 90 degrees. So I don't know if it's salt or something else they're mining out here. I don't know what borax looks like, but you know, when I was a kid, I used to see 20 mule team borax came out of this area. So I think that's for soap and stuff, but I don't even know that. But it's a pretty big operation, whatever it is. No signs, no nothing letting you know what you're looking at. But it's a big outfit, whatever they're pulling up out of the ground. And then I guess this is the town for the people that work there, that are willing to live out here in this 110, 115, 120 degree heat. Not very big, but I guess it does what they need it to do. And here's the train that they ship it out on. Just lined up hundreds of cars, it looks like. Let's just fill them as it's ready and off it goes. So I just stepped into the Tiss General Store. I bought some beef jerky, but it really was more after answers. Come to find out that white stuff we passed was lime, that they take out the CO2 and turn it into quicklime and use the CO2 for something else. There was a guy in there that knew his stuff. And then right behind this building is this another massive complex where they just take minerals out of the lake behind me. They do boron around here, and which is used to make borax, but that's in the town of Boron, wherever that is. And so the boron had 20 mule team back when I was watching TV as a kid, and around here their logo was 3 elephants. And I don't remember anything about 3 elephants, but they said that 3 elephants are stronger than 20 mules, so that was their thing. So anyhow, it's where it's at right here. Just keep on moving into the Mojave Desert. Still cruising through the Mojave Desert on the way to Death Valley, and I meant to share this story. I stopped for gas this morning after I left my hotel, and I went to a Shell station where I get rewards. I think my son must have bought something using my name at Stop and Shop, so I got 10 cents off a gallon. So because I used rewards, it capped it at 20 gallons. It probably would have taken 21 or 22. So my total bill ended up being $98.98. Didn't get to that $100 mark. Got pretty darn close, but got to $98.98. So I hope to never see that again. Well, you see pictures of this all the time. Here you go. Straight road that goes on and on and on, and then there's a mountain up ahead somewhere. I can stand here. I haven't seen a car in a while. Just riding down some highway in California, heading towards the town of Shoshone. And there is very little evidence of anything green around here. It's all brown, and I was coming down the last road. I always think after I see it that I should have shown you these things. And for like 8 or 10 miles, I saw this building ahead of me. Because those mountains we're looking at are probably 15 miles away. And I couldn't tell what it was, and it's just getting closer and closer. And I finally got there, and it was a building. And I'm in California where cannabis is legal, and it was a dispensary that looked like it grew a lot of its own stuff. And I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There were cars there. I don't know where they come from because we seem to be miles from anything. But they were doing business. I'm riding along here. I'm not too far from my last post. But I'm noticing that it's so desolate here, so away from everything, that there aren't even any power lines. It's like there's no hope of anyone ever building anything here. It's crazy. No power lines. Right now I'm driving on something called the Old Spanish Trail Historic Highway. The road's not in very good shape. They built it and all they've done is patch it poorly since then. Honestly, I don't even know exactly what the Old Spanish Trail is, but I saw the sign and I said, well, got some time to kill, just cruising around, let's go check it out. So we'll see where this leads and what's down the road here on the Old Spanish Trail. Alright, headed back to the main road off the Old Spanish Trail. I went through one town. It is, man, sad. But I don't know. Maybe they're happy. I don't know what they do around here for work. There's these houses and nothing else. So I don't know what kind of employment there is, but they figure out a way to get it done. But this is a nice view up ahead as I'm heading back towards the main road. Sun shining on those mountains, clouds. Pretty cool. Okay, I am now entering the Mojave National Preserve. So this is all still part of the Mojave Desert. And it's just pretty bleak. Here's a sign in my million or so miles of driving I have never run across. I've seen turtles, but I've never seen watch for tortoise. I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at over here. I know it's not snow because it's over 100 degrees. Sure, as soon as I decide to start filming, we go around a slight bend. But it looks like, I don't know if it's mineral or sand or what it is. It's probably about 10 or 15 miles away, I don't know. So it's tough to tell. But it's just different and interesting and unique. Here's where we're heading, by the way, still in the Mojave Preserve. I don't know if you can see the little ribbon of road way up there where we're heading towards. Haven't seen anything but one vehicle, and all of a sudden there's a building coming up here. A slow down zone. So maybe they mined something over there that we were looking at. There's railroad tracks running through here. There's this one building. Once we cross the tracks, it looks like there's a very small town or something. I don't know. Whatever they got going on here, I don't know. And back to the desert. Alright, took a little side trip out of the way just to see those things we saw about 20 miles ago turn out to be these giant sand dunes out here. They're about 2 or 3 miles from where I am. So this is the starting spot for the hike, I guess. Don't know how well you can hear me with the wind blowing here at all. This is the Amboy Crater. Never heard of it before I got here. Just another volcanic activity spot. Somewhere in the Mojave National Trails or something. It's funny because I passed a motel with cabins twice, and I'm looking at it thinking I've seen that before, but I don't know how. It turns out I'm following Route 66, which I did about 4 years ago, so maybe 3 years ago.